Hello and welcome to part 19 of SAP RAP transactional app development using managed scenario. We have already seen in our past videos almost all the concept that you can complete or do in unmanaged scenario. Only one part which is remaining, that is once you have created your RAP OData service. So far we have only seen that how we can go and test it using the preview functionality that comes in SAP Eclipse, that comes in Eclipse ADT environment. Last one video I have actually also put in where I have shown you how you can utilize our RAP service inside BAS that will go and create a BSP application. Then you can actually utilize it in uh, probably the cloud Fiori Launch Pad. Okay. But since I am having a trial account, I was not able to show you that, and I had been getting many requests to show you guys how we can go about creating the uh, request in uh, from the RAP to a Fiori Launch Pad. Okay, so today I am here with one session with you. I will be actually walking you through RAP OData service that I have created. This is some other system that I have actually utilized here. Using that RAP OData service, we will be creating a BSP application using the Visual Studio Code. And once we have our BSP application, the BSP application comes with a semantic object uh, and the action. Using that semantic object, we should actually create a semantic object. I'll show you the transaction UI2 slash SEMOBJ, and finally then configure our Fiori Launchpad using the FLPD conf transaction. Once we complete all these things, then the application is ready for us on the Fiori Launchpad. Finally, we will go and just check whether the application tile does exist in our Fiori, yes or no. So with that, I would now actually go into the system and show you what I have uh, developed and in RAP, and from there we will go through creating our own Fiori tile from RAP OData service that we have created. Let us now see the OData that I have created, which will be based on a single database table, which is for FOC reason. Pretty easy one, just take the uh, document type sales org and give a corresponding cost center. Okay. For this, what I have done is I have actually gone and created a interface entity based on that particular table on FOC region, uh, an interface entity with some of the semantics that is needed. If you don't know what the semantics are, you can actually watch my earlier playlist on uh, creating transactional app using managed scenario. Now, once we have our root entity defined, we need to actually also define a projection entity, which will be nothing but a projection view, which will be based on our interface view, and I am taking all the fields there. So single table, one interface, one projection view, and then we need a behavior definition for the interface, which is just a managed one, wherein only the saver class is been created, persistent table given, lock master field mandatory are mandatory during create and read only during update is are the three key fields. I have created one validation on save which will actually call the validation and the mapping. Similarly, the behavior definition for the projection is just a normal one with uh, create, update and delete functionality. Now, finally, we define the service definition wherein FOC order reason is the expose service. I have actually combined two because in my case I wanted to have two um, RAP OData services needs to be defined to create two different tiles. So and then finally a service binding, and if you can see the service binding, it has got order reason and moment type. Okay, I would like to just walk you through the behavior definition. And in the behavior definition, it's a pretty straightforward, just a saver class because I am validating it. Okay, I have put everything in the saver class, and this saver class we can see from here as well. And the saver class has got a global authorization. I'm not doing any global check there, and just a validate entry, which is my validation. And in my validation, I'm just reading the uh, entered value and just checking whether the document type or the order type is filled in, yes or no. If not, then I'm just passing back that order type is mandatory. And if the order type is already provided, I'm checking the sales document type by checking it through a master data for sales document. Okay, I'm using the interface provided by SAP, the interface entity I underscore sales document type that is being provided. Let me make this a bit big so you can see. So if the order type is not provided, just give a message that order type is mandatory. Okay, if you want to know how this message work, what is this element dot AUART percentage message, what is and how you should actually go and fill in the failed and the reported, you can watch my earlier videos. Similarly, I am just checking for the sales organization as well, if that is initial. If not, then I am checking it from the sales master data again, if it is invalid, yes or no. And finally, the order reason. Now, if the order reason is blank, then it is fine. But if it is given, then I am checking it from the master data again, if it is a valid yes or no. And then finally, the uh, the data is being actually stored. Now, today we are not going to understand what and how we are going to create the RAPO data that we have been looking into in my old videos as well. Today's video is more about you already have your service binding with you, and we have also seen that how we can use this particular OData in our BAS, SAP BAS if you have public or private cloud. But if you have a private cloud that is connected to your backend, then they will have a Fiori Launch Pad. And in today's session, we will be looking into how we can go about creating our BSP application out of this RAP that we have seen in our BAS as well, where it creates a BSP application, and then finally actually uploading that BSP application on to our Fiori Launchpad. Now let us go and first understand how we can create a Fiori uh, uh, business server page, a BSP application. For that, As I have told you, if you don't have BAS, generally we go with the Visual Studio Code. That is one of the uh, IDE that you can use apart from um, SAP BAS. Okay. Now, first thing that you should do here is you should actually log into your SAP system. Okay, like what we have done. If you have seen my SAP BAS video, we have always tried to log into our uh, instance if you want to create something like that. Similarly, here also, you see, I have this particular uh, connection that is already been set. Okay, for me, if I go there on the system, okay, I can say save and I will say test connection, and you see test connection is successful. It has returned um, so many services. Okay, once this is there, okay, so let's go from here to Fiori open application generator. Okay, now how I am getting this Fiori open application generator, the SAP Fiori generator, is that you have to go and actually add the extensions here. Okay, and if you see the extension, I have already gone and added the SAP Fiori tools extension pack. So SAP Fiori guided development, all those things will be part of it. So you will have to go and ideally install. Now it is install already extension pack, but if you don't have it, you should come here and install it first. Once you are installing, then you can see that you will get the same like what we were getting in our BAS. Okay, I am selecting list report next. Then the second part is the selection of the data services. Here I will, as usual, say connect to a system, and then I will be selecting uh, my system where I have actually gone and created my uh, service. Okay, and then here ZSD FO, what was the service? Let me quickly check. ZSD SB FOC, ZSD underscore SB FOC. Okay, that is what the service that I have created. Select on next, and then here select the FOC order region as my main entity. Table type is responsive. Okay, and then as usual, how we are going to give there the same way. Module name is FOC region. Then we have FOC region as my application title, namespace com.ms.tutorial. Okay, description not needed. Okay, and now the path is here. Okay, on that path it will be created. As usual, we will add a deployment configuration and a FLP configuration. Click on next. These are the same steps that we are looking at when we were actually going and creating the project in our SAP BAS. Last time we did that, right? So now again, the target is ABAP here. It will not be a Cloud Foundry, but an ABAP here. My system is my system. Now, if you see SAP UI5, this says that okay, we should create a BSP application here, and GMS uh, or ZSD FOC ZMS FOC region. Okay, deployment description is not needed, and then you can select uh, your package. Okay, any package that you want to select. Then transport request, select from the existing and select any of the thing, and then go to Now semantic object is very important, guys. Okay, so you have to remember the semantic object. I will say Z FOC reason semantic object. Action is manage. Okay, title for the Fiori Launchpad is FOC reason, and subtitle I'm not giving. And when you say click on finish, okay, your your application will be generated. So once we have created our application, you can see that application information is shown same as what we have in BAS, where you can go and you can preview your application, you can do the open guided things, any adjustment that you want to do on your main page, or all those stuff, right? Getting the data at the start, or all those things, you can actually do it in your open guided development. If you want to know more about this, please visit my another video where I have shown you how you can create RAP, uh, how you can utilize your RAP application in BAS to create the Fiori application and a BSP application out of it. So what will happen is once you deploy this, right, uh, a deployment will be done, and then that deployment you can actually see a BSP application that we had created will be deployed here. So let me just go and show you that as well. So the BSP application that I had created is this application, and in this application if you go to your manifest.json, okay, that will actually show you your order reason, your semantic object which is ZFOC, and action was managed, right? Now how this semantic object is being created, there is a transaction semantic object slash UI2 slash cement SEM OBJ. Now here also you should go and maintain one semantic object that we have already defined, which we have defined here, and this semantic object we should go and define here. Okay, now once that is done, then the next thing is you go to slash UI2 slash FLPD conf. Okay, that is the transaction you should run. I have already executed that transaction. It will actually bring it to you to here, wherein we will be having a catalog and a group. And first thing that we should do is we should go and actually add a workbench request here that you have to create with the package name. Okay, then finally what you should do is, because that is the TR that you will be actually moving across the landscape. So now here, say for example, for ZSD, I have created a custom catalog that will actually hold all my custom reports. Herein, you have to go and create your own tile for, okay, you sorry, here it is. So you can go and create a tile, and you will say, okay, application launch static, and that is how I have actually create my tile here for order reason. You see here, this I can show you. Now the order reason title is there, semantic object and the action, that is exactly should be the same that what we have given. Okay, uh, keyword if you want to give something, information is required, and then if you want to add some icon you can add. But important thing that you should remember is the semantic object and the action that we have to give here. Now once that is done, okay, second thing is you have to go and do a target mapping also. Now once the target mapping is done, then you see the target mapping, if you go and configure there also, if you have to give it is as a Fiori UI5 Fiori application, the title and your URL for that particular entity, and that you can see it in your manifest.json here um, in your BSP application. So in your manifest.json, If you go down, you will see this is the where is it? Here. Okay. So this is where you will be having your SAP OData here. Okay. This is the main service. Under the data source main service, this is the URI that you have to actually go and fill it here. Okay. Once that is been filled, then okay, some ID also you should give, and then done. Okay. Once that is done, then our thing is done from our end, guys. And how you can actually go and execute that is go to our FLP, and then in your FLP you should be able to now see the maintain FOC here. Okay, how you can go if it is not there on your launchpad, you can directly go here and search for FOC, and it should ideally give you that particular application in your search window here. Okay, in your application, if you go and search for FOC, maintain FOC order reason, you see you will get it here, and then you can actually go and add there. Okay, so this is how you can actually go and create your Fiori tiles from your RAP application, guys. With that, I would like to stop here, guys. Hope I was able to make you understand how you can create or utilize our RAP OData services, convert it into BSP application using Visual Studio Code if you are working on S4 HANA, and then on top of it, create a Fiori tile out of it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. I will try to answer as early as possible. With that, I would like to request you to please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon and do share it with others as well. Thank you and happy learning.